Hello and welcome, everybody. Yes, 2 days in a row. That's pretty, it's great. I'm off. I'm getting ready. I'm going to work this morning, and I don't usually work or try not to work on the weekends, but this is a weekend that I am working in my muggle job. So, and having to go through some hoops for this job. But funny thing, ha ha ha. Years ago, when I worked in muggle jobs, I would really sacrifice a lot, like of myself and of my family, and stop my plans to jump through the hoops or do whatever has to be done. And yesterday, one of the girls got a migraine. She couldn't come into work, and she was my closer. And I said to the girls that were there, that because we're in a group text, I said, well, ask the manager that's on duty there on what to do. And they're like, well, can you come in? I'm like, no, I can't come in. It was my day off. I says, I can't come in. And well, then we're going to have to close early. And I said, good, close early. That's fine. Because the biggest thing that I'm learning, and especially with this energy, is really connecting to what really makes you happy, what makes you feel good. And moving forward with that is so important with this energy. And especially since we got a Setsy quad with this, I'm going to say with the moon going with Jupiter, and not Jupiter, with Saturn, and Saturn squaring Uranus, and then there's the Setsy squad with Uranus there, and then there's a semi-square with both Saturn and Uranus to Jupiter. That's creating. That's like, here we are. What do you want to create? What is it that you are wanting to partake in? And it's intense. It's intense. And with this intensity, it brings in some weirdness with it, because I feel like we all want to jump on a certain bandwagon, or people want to shun or close their ears and their eyes to whatever the truth is around them, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to start focusing on the beauty that I need to focus on, right? When there is such a force on trying to knock you off of that beauty, trying to knock you off of the things that are true for you. And that's why last night I said no. This is where I have to focus on my time, my things, the things that I love to do, whether that's just sitting watching a Death in Paradise with my husband, which we watched, and enjoying that time, right? Enjoying that time with the person that you love. That's so critical at this time, is connecting and staying with the people that you do have connections with, not connecting with or trying to connect with somebody over here or somebody over there, somebody who you really don't have a connection with, or you would love to have a connection with, but you never had a connection with, so maybe I'm going to try and have a connection with that person. It's like, no, this is having you come in and slimming down. Like, this energy is about slimming down. What do you need? What do you don't need? What is in your alignment? What is working for you? What isn't working for you? This isn't going out and starting something from scratch. That's not what this energy is. This is not an energy to go and say, I'm going to rebuild my business from scratch. No, it's taking what I have and what really works and what doesn't work. And for me, what really works within my business is my readings. Like, people love my readings. They love to book in with me and have those one-on-ones. So that's my focus. There I am. I'm slimming down on what is working and what isn't working. And that's even within your relationships. That's within many things in your life, is starting to slim down. That could be even looking at how many subscriptions do you have? How many subscriptions do you have that you don't need or that you don't watch? Like, if you don't watch Netflix, why have the subscription, right? If you don't like certain shows, why do you have that subscription, right? So this is a time of looking at, what do you want to subscribe to and what don't you want to subscribe to? That's what it is. It's about this slimming down. And when you start doing that and you start sort of looking at what you need to slim down, there are mendings to do. There's some mending to do that you're going to find, where it's like, oh, wow, I really overextended myself over there. Now I'm slimming down and I'm having to go into this new direction. I really have to mend things. I really have to begin to arrange my life and the energies in the direction that feels right for me. And in doing that, you really begin to create a beautiful, honestly, not you. Oh, Dana, I love you. I really feel like this is a time to really stop being afraid and look at the beauty that is truth in your life. And yesterday, I know some people were like, oh my God, that's such a scary message. My messages that come out are getting you and wanting you to be prepared. Oh, my hair is bothering me. Sorry. And I'm on camera, so everything's opposite. Really looking at what you can do to get prepared. And that's part of the slimming down, right? Part of the slimming down is saying, okay, what do I need to prepare for? And what do I need to let go of? Now, there is, after this new moon, and as we were going with the energies with Pluto direct, this world is really going to get, and that's around October 2nd, is really going to get where having the beauty in your life is going to be so, so important. There are so many outside objectives and energies coming at people to stop them. Tina, I love you. You always look great too. To stop them from doing what they love to do. There's so much out there that wants you to be and conform in a certain way. And one of the biggest things, and that was yesterday when I said, no, I'm not coming in to close. No, it was my day off. And I did one 12-hour shift, and I thought, you know what, this is the craziest thing. And I ended up closing the store early, actually. I didn't do the full 12-hour shift. I just said, fuck it. And I closed the store early, because it's like, if the people around you don't have the tenacity or the support for you, especially if it's management, why are you there? Do what you can do and then move on from there. And that's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to do what I do, jump through the hoop that I need to jump through because I need to earn a paycheck right now. But I'm not going to overextend myself to a point where it's not in my alignment and it's not bringing me the full beauty that I know that I want my life to be. And the full beauty for me in my life is to be able to create beautiful content, and to learn more things about the astrology and things like that. I love, the more I learn about astrology, the more I have to learn about astrology, And this is the same for you. It's like, what is it that really is sparking you, that you've been, yeah, you know what, I'm really great at this thing, or I'm really, I love learning about numbers or economy or accounting. I'm going to take another accounting course. I want to learn more about this, and this could lead you into learning about the history of why certain things happen or why we do certain things. Human beings have not changed. Human beings have not changed. We think we're advanced. We think we're all that, but we're not. In 1,000 years, we're still the same. We still have the same ambitions. We still have the same faults. We have the same loves. There's, years ago, many years ago, a friend of mine who worked in camps for refugee camps, and she was a psychologist, and we're sitting around talking, and one of my other girlfriends was Margaret. She's so inquisitive. She's a Gemini. She's like, well, what was it like? It must have been horrid. It must have been this and all those problems that you had to solve, and people are probably worried about where they have to live. She goes, yeah, that was there, but you know what? The biggest thing, she goes, being a psychologist and stuff, is that it's the same principles wherever you go. People are worried about, oh my God, my husband, does he still love me? My husband's been looking at the neighbor, or they're worried about their children and things about their children. So things about love, and this one going out with that one, and controversy with the neighbor, and the neighbor's looking at my husband or my wife, and those were the main problems that people were really worried about. Then came, of course, the food and the shelter and stuff like that. But the thing is, she goes, when the people get into the refugee camp, it's set up, right? So they have family camps, and they have, ones, for the males and one for the single females and stuff. And so she goes, things get set up for everybody. And she goes, of course, it's not a bucket of roses, but it's amazing how the gossip starts to go, right? About this camp, and look at this person, and look at what she's doing or what he's doing. And she goes, the basis of psychology, the basis of human beings is always the same. And that's, as advanced as we think we are, we're not. So this is where this divine light is coming in and saying, the thought of you thinking that you are so advanced is distracting you from the true meaning of who it is that you are. And instead of coming back to that essence of who you are, and that truth of who you are, of the beauty, of the love and the light, of the divineness. And when you start to focus on that, that brings to you the tools that you need to create the life that you want to live, the beauty that you want to have to surround you. And that comes with you stop being afraid. And you stop going into the energy of your own propaganda. What is that propaganda you keep repeating to yourself that you believe in, right? So this is starting to change that narrative for yourself. You have a lot of the good tools. We all have those good bases, and it's to utilize those good bases and those good tools that we have in order to create the life and the beauty that we want to create. And that's going to be so important, because there is going to be where, if you think that new elixir is going to save you, that booster is going to make your life better, is it? This is everything that I warned people about years ago, from 2017 to 2019 to 2020, 2021, warning people, listen, this is what they're saying, but they're not telling you what is the truth. Are you living with your truth? Here we're coming back again, and that Saturn is squaring Uranus, asking you, are you living in your truth, in who you are and who you are wanting to be within that truth, right? And this is creating this energy, and it is intense, because when we come into that full intensity and beauty of who we are, it brings in so much. And we are here to step in with it, have it guide us, that true essence and that love of the divine and the love that the divine has within us, to guide us upon our journey in a world that is crazy right now, tumultuous. You know, there's so much happening in this world. You know, we're hearing so many crazy things, from the referendum that is happening within the Donbass right now. And the people, what I follow, I don't follow a lot of mainstream news, but I follow a lot of other sort of underground newscasts, and they have people, news people, like actual news reporters there, talking to the people on the street, saying, yeah, they want to go back to Russia. They've been abused by the Ukraine for so long. And I'm like, well, then let them go. Like, if that's where you want to go, if that's going to make that a better life for you, go for it. Their living standards aren't the same as our living standards. That's fine. That's the uniqueness of the world. Trying to make everything, trying to make everybody American is not the way to go, because not everybody is, or not everybody thinks that way. And that's okay. And this is where, of course, the conflict and everything else that's going on and unfolding. But this is where we are at right now, at the steepest part of the mountain. And we can't go back to base camp. This is where we are like, okay, what do we have? What do we have to go forward with? And who do we have with us? Do I have the alignment of the beautiful people I know? Or am I trying to reach back to somebody else somewhere else? So this is looking at saying, okay, you know what? I've aligned myself with some really great people and very beautiful people that have come into my life, and being so blessed. So this is where I allow myself to open myself to this and continue to create with that. And this is what's so important. So there is this energy that's coming in. I'm just looking down at my notes, for us to have the courage to go forward in our life. So for all of you, I want you to go forward, step forward, be the shining, beautiful people you are. Allow that to come in, and allow yourself to step forward in this world with your beauty, and find the beauty right now. It is so important. I'm stressing this. It's so important for you to find the beauty in your world at this time, and hang on to it, because you're going to be needing it in the next coming months as we walk forward. Okay? So have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon. Onwards and upwards, everybody. Good morning to Steve, too. And have a blessed one. If you're wanting to book in a reading, definitely get a hold of me. We'll get you booked in. And onwards and upwards, people. Shine that beautiful light and be the beauty that God intended you to be. God bless. Bye-bye.